In today's busy and stressful life, self-love has become an essential concept that many people still don't fully understand. In fact, self-love is not just a trend, it is the foundation for building happiness and healthy relationships. When we know how to love and take care of ourselves, we can open up more to others, creating deep and meaningful connections. So, have you ever asked yourself whether you truly love yourself? Let's explore the importance of loving yourself before loving others, so you can live a fuller life. Hello, everyone, welcome to the Stoic Love Wisdom channel, where classical philosophy meets modern love stories and relationships. Have you ever wondered how to maintain your emotions, find inner peace, and build strong relationships even when everything gets tough? In this video, we will explore the topic of the importance of loving yourself before loving others. Let's discover valuable lessons from Stoic philosophy to help you gain a deeper understanding of love and personal growth. Let's begin our journey of exploring timeless wisdom to master love and life now. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on the latest insights. And now, let's get started. Loving yourself before loving others is an important principle for building healthy and lasting relationships. From a Stoic perspective, self-love is not only about taking care of the body or treating yourself to material pleasures but also about developing the mind, mastering emotions, and achieving balance in life. To love yourself properly, we need to understand ourselves, accept imperfections, and strive to enhance our own value. The importance of self-understanding Stoic philosophy asserts that one can only achieve peace and happiness when they understand themselves clearly. This self-understanding is the foundation of self-love because only when we know who we are and what we want can we determine what is best for us. A person cannot love themselves if they do not know who they are or understand their values and life goals. Instead of getting lost in uncontrolled emotions or external desires, those who love themselves will know how to keep their soul peaceful and not be swayed by outside influences. Socrates once said, "To know yourself is the most important thing." Stoicism emphasizes that self-understanding is the foundation for mastering emotions, preventing negative emotions from taking over, and not allowing dependence on others to diminish our own value. Mastering emotions before loving. Stoics value emotional control and consider it one of the most important skills for self-love. When we cannot master our emotions, we are easily drawn into relationships based on dependence, anxiety, and expectations. Loving ourselves helps us remain calm and reduces dependence on those around us. When we love ourselves, we learn to appreciate what we have and no longer feel empty or lonely when no one is by our side. Stoicism also encourages emotional control to avoid comparison, jealousy, and envy. If we do not learn to love and accept ourselves, we will easily feel hurt and insecure in relationships. This creates pressure and unrealistic expectations towards others. When we love ourselves, we do not demand perfection from others because we have already accepted our own imperfections. Building self-worth and self-esteem. Self-love from a Stoic perspective is about building and maintaining self-worth and self-esteem. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "No one can harm you unless you allow it." Self-esteem helps us know our value and not let others affect our spirit. With self-esteem, we will not accept relationships that harm us, nor will we sacrifice ourselves to please others. Stoicism teaches that no one can love and respect us if we do not respect ourselves. Self-esteem helps us set boundaries and know where the limits are that others cannot cross. This not only protects us but also makes us stronger and more self-reliant in relationships. Creating a healthy and lasting relationship. Stoicism emphasizes that love is not dependency but companionship. To have a healthy relationship, we need to know how to love and take care of ourselves before we can love others. Stoics always value independence and self-reliance in all situations. When we love ourselves, we do not seek salvation from relationships or expect others to make us happy. Instead, we share our lives with others without compromising our personal values. Loving ourselves before loving others helps us avoid demanding, controlling, or excessively expecting. When we are self-sufficient and love ourselves, relationships become lighter, without the pressure of demands and dependencies. A partner in a relationship is not the source of happiness, but rather someone who shares in the joys, difficulties, and experiences of life. Developing equanimity in the face of difficulty and hurt. Stoicism encourages us to cultivate equanimity and accept that life is not always perfect. Self-love makes us stronger and more peaceful in the face of adversity. When facing challenges in relationships, those who love themselves know how to face them without collapsing because they do not lose their self-worth in love. A relationship cannot last if each individual does not know how to love and comfort themselves. When facing hurt, those who love themselves do not blame themselves, do not harm themselves, but know how to learn from mistakes and rise stronger. This helps us maintain calm, not let negative emotions take control, and prevent them from affecting the current relationship. Exploring the meaning of unconditional love. Loving yourself in the Stoic spirit means loving unconditionally, without relying on perfection or success. Once we love ourselves, we no longer demand that others meet unrealistic expectations. Unconditional love starts with oneself, from acceptance and loving oneself with all its flaws and virtues. A Stoic does not seek love to fill a void, but rather shares love as an overflow from within. This helps us build healthy and lasting relationships that do not depend on others for happiness or fulfillment. Self-reliance and independence are the foundations of true love. Stoic philosophy values spiritual and emotional independence, which not only helps us love ourselves but also ensures that when we love others, that love does not turn into dependency. Stoicism emphasizes that each person should take control of their own life, rather than expecting complete fulfillment or support from others. If we only rely on the love of others to feel safe or happy, this will create a dependent and unhealthy relationship. When we are independent, we can share love without losing our sense of self. Stoicism teaches that loving oneself does not mean abandoning responsibility for others, but rather helping us become trustworthy and consistent partners. Independence in love helps us avoid dominating or controlling our partners, while respecting the freedom of both. Loving yourself to overcome fear and insecurity. One of the main reasons people fear love or fear failure in love is the fear of getting hurt. When we love ourselves in the truest sense, we build an inner strength to face these fears and insecurities. Stoicism teaches that fear is a product of the mind and a reaction to things we cannot control. To love ourselves, we must accept that we cannot control everything, including the emotions of others or the perfection of relationships. Loving ourselves helps us see love not as an investment but as an experience. When we no longer fear loss, we can love freely without forcing others to meet our expectations. This not only helps us break free from insecurity but also opens space for authentic and mature love. Practicing gratitude and finding joy in simplicity. Stoic philosophy encourages gratitude for the small things and acceptance of whatever life brings. When we love ourselves, we no longer chase unattainable ideals or unrealistic expectations. Instead, we are grateful for and cherish what we have, finding joy in the simple things. Loving ourselves enables us to accept ordinary things and not seek validation through love from others. We love because we want to, not to gain something. Stoicism teaches that love is part of life, not its ultimate goal. Gratitude helps us find happiness in the present moment and stops us from constantly seeking perfection through others. Loving yourself makes you a reliable companion. Stoicism advises that in order to have lasting relationships, we must be a reliable and consistent companion. When we love ourselves, we not only know how to care for and protect ourselves, but we also know how to respect and understand others. A person who loves themselves will not burden their partner with expectations but will gladly share and support when needed. Stoicism values personal growth and responsibility in relationships. When we love ourselves, we not only seek harmony but also become a reliable person on whom others can depend. We do not try to change others but accept them, which helps build relationships on a foundation of respect and understanding. Learning to forgive and let go. Loving yourself also helps you easily forgive and let go of things that don't matter. When we love others without self-love, we are more likely to fall into hurt and anger when our expectations are not met. Stoicism teaches that forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves, not the other person. Forgiveness frees us from the burden of negative emotions and prevents us from being trapped by the past. A person who loves themselves will not allow negative experiences to affect them excessively. They know how to let go so they can continue with their life without letting old wounds hinder their current journey of love. This brings peace, making relationships easier and less painful. Building unconditional love through Stoicism. Stoicism guides us to love without conditions, without expecting others to conform to our desires. When we love ourselves, we no longer rely on love to fill the voids in our hearts, but to share happiness. Loving unconditionally means loving without wanting others to change for us or meet all our expectations. A Stoic understands that everyone has their own journey, and love is about companionship, not ownership. This helps relationships become more equal, with both parties free to love without feeling burdened or pressured. Balancing self-love and love for others. Loving yourself does not mean neglecting love for others but finding balance between the two. Stoicism encourages moderation and balance in all aspects of life. A person who loves themselves knows how to take time and energy for themselves without neglecting the care and attention for others. This balance helps sustain long-lasting, healthy relationships. Stoicism emphasizes that only when we have a strong internal foundation can we love others sincerely without placing heavy expectations on them. The balance between loving yourself and loving others is the key to harmony in life and relationships. The necessity of self-discovery in the journey of self-love. To love oneself deeply, one must take time to explore oneself. Stoicism teaches that self-awareness and understanding one's value are essential parts of the journey. By looking inward, we can discover what brings us happiness, our strengths, and the weaknesses we need to improve. This self-exploration is not only about recognizing our preferences and habits but also about searching for core values. We need to ask ourselves profound questions like, what truly matters to me, who do I want to become in the future, or, do I really love myself? These questions will help us gain a deeper insight into ourselves and, from there, love ourselves more sincerely. Self-love and the power of acceptance. An inseparable part of loving oneself is accepting oneself, including both weaknesses and flaws. Stoicism emphasizes that no one is perfect, and accepting our shortcomings is key to living a happy life. When we accept ourselves, we no longer feel the pressure to meet society's expectations or standards. This acceptance helps us overcome failures and challenges more easily. Instead of blaming ourselves or feeling ashamed, we can learn from our mistakes and grow. This not only brings peace to the soul but also helps us build stronger relationships because when we no longer feel deficient or insecure, we can love others naturally and sincerely. Self-love and setting healthy boundaries. A crucial part of self-love is setting healthy boundaries in relationships. Stoicism teaches that the ability to say no is an essential part of self-respect. When we love ourselves, we have the right to refuse requests or behaviors that make us uncomfortable or are not right. Setting boundaries not only protects us but also shows respect for others. By clearly expressing our boundaries, we help others understand how we wish to be treated. This creates transparency in relationships and also helps others recognize and respect our emotions. Self-love through self-care actions. Loving oneself is not just an emotion, it also involves specific actions. Stoicism encourages self-care through healthy habits. This includes maintaining a balanced lifestyle, exercising, eating healthily, and dedicating time to activities that make us happy. Self-care not only helps us maintain good health but also contributes to building confidence and joy in life. When we love ourselves, we tend to do good things for ourselves, from taking care of our health to developing skills and hobbies. These actions benefit us individually and also enhance the quality of our relationships with others, as we can share joy and experiences from activities we enjoy. Personal growth and self-love. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of personal growth in the journey of self-love. This growth includes not only learning and honing new skills but also understanding and exploring oneself more deeply. When we continuously learn and grow, we feel more confident and love ourselves more. Personal development also means expanding our perspective and experiences. We can discover new things, meet new people, and learn from different viewpoints. This not only helps us mature but also makes life more enriching and exciting. When we live a meaningful life, self-love becomes more natural. When we love ourselves, we must also face the responsibility we have towards ourselves. Stoicism teaches that every action has consequences, and loving oneself also comes with responsibility to oneself and others. We must accept that the decisions and choices we make will impact our own lives and those around us. Self-love does not mean living only for ourselves but understanding that every action has an effect. This helps us think more carefully before making decisions and take responsibility for the consequences of our actions. When we love ourselves and recognize our responsibilities, we can build more positive and lasting relationships. When we love ourselves, confidence will come naturally. Stoicism emphasizes that confidence comes from knowing our own value and accepting ourselves. When we no longer feel deficient or insecure, we can enter relationships with confidence and resolve. This self-confidence not only helps us choose the right partner but also helps us maintain healthy relationships. When we are confident in ourselves, we will not easily accept inappropriate or disrespectful behaviors from others. This helps protect us from toxic relationships and build relationships where both parties respect each other. Another important factor in self-love is distinguishing between true love and desire. Stoicism teaches that desire often comes from expectations, dependency, or a sense of lack, while true love is based on mutual acceptance and respect. Loving oneself helps us recognize this difference. When we love ourselves, we are not seeking love from others to fill the gaps or flaws within ourselves. Instead, we love naturally, without being driven by needs or desires. This helps us gain a clearer perspective on what we truly want in a relationship. Life is always changing, and nothing is permanent. An important part of loving oneself is the ability to accept change and learn from it. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control everything, and accepting change will help us live more peacefully. When we love ourselves, we can accept that we too will change over time. Things that we once wanted or loved may no longer suit us. This allows us to move through difficult phases and adapt to new situations without being harmed. When we accept change, our self-love becomes deeper and more mature. Stoicism not only focuses on self-love but also encourages creating connections with others. Self-love and love for others are not two separate concepts, they can blend and interact with each other. When we love ourselves, we also learn how to love and connect with those around us. This connection helps us realize that we are not alone in the journey of life. When we love ourselves, we have the ability to love and empathize with others, creating deep and meaningful relationships. This not only helps us build beautiful memories but also creates valuable experiences in life. Stoicism also points out that loving oneself is not just about taking care of oneself but also about each person's responsibility to society. When we love ourselves, we can better understand how we can contribute to the community. Contributing not only gives meaning to life but also creates a sense of connection with others. Self-love and contribution to society can include engaging in volunteer activities, helping those in need, or simply spreading love in daily life. When we contribute, we not only bring happiness to others but also experience inner joy and fulfillment. Self-love and societal contribution create a positive cycle, where we receive more than we give. In modern society, where competition and pressure are increasing, self-love has become more important than ever. Many people tend to compare themselves with others through social media, leading to feelings of inadequacy and dissatisfaction with themselves. Stoicism teaches us how to maintain inner peace and not be affected by others' opinions. We need to realize that everyone has their own journey, and comparing ourselves to others is unnecessary. Instead, we should focus on personal growth, live according to our own values, and find joy in the small things in life. Self-love also involves facing our fears and anxieties. Stoicism emphasizes that fear is a natural part of being human, but allowing fear to dominate our lives will hinder personal growth. When we love ourselves, we learn to recognize and accept our fears. Rather than avoiding or denying them, we can find ways to confront them. This not only helps us break through our limits but also opens up new opportunities in life. When we accept our fears and learn from them, our self-love becomes stronger. An important aspect of self-love is the feeling of freedom. When we love ourselves, we no longer feel constrained by the expectations of others or society. Stoicism teaches that freedom comes from understanding our own value and living sincerely with those values. This freedom gives us the courage to pursue our passions and dreams. We no longer worry about what others think of us, instead, we focus on living a meaningful and fulfilling life. When we live with freedom, self-love naturally grows and radiates to those around us. Art can be a powerful tool for self-love. Creativity, whether through painting, writing, or playing music, helps us express ourselves and our emotions in the most authentic way. Stoicism encourages finding joy in creativity and freedom of expression. Art is not only a way to relieve stress but also a means to understand ourselves better. When we create art, we may discover new facets of ourselves that we hadn't known before. This not only enriches our lives but also strengthens self-love through every brushstroke, note, or word. Gratitude is an important part of the journey of self-love. Stoicism teaches that recognizing and appreciating the good things in life helps us feel happier and more fulfilled. When we practice gratitude, we not only love ourselves but also create a positive environment around us. Practicing gratitude can be as simple as writing down the things we are grateful for each day. This not only helps us become more aware of the good things in life but also creates a stronger connection with ourselves. When we are grateful, we feel that life becomes richer and more worth living. Self-love can also be nurtured through seeking spiritual connection. Stoicism emphasizes that self-understanding comes not only from reason but also from emotions and the soul. Seeking spiritual values helps us feel peaceful and harmonious with ourselves. Activities such as meditation, yoga, or engaging in spiritual practices may help us feel more connected to ourselves. These quiet moments help us listen to our inner voice and understand what truly makes us happy. Self-love deepens when we connect with the sacred things in life. Finally, loving ourselves helps us build positive relationships with those around us. When we love ourselves, we attract people who resonate with us, those who can respect and love us as we love ourselves. Stoicism teaches that positive relationships come not only from loving others but also from loving ourselves. When we create a safe and positive space for ourselves, we also create a similar environment for others. These relationships not only help us grow but also bring joy and happiness to both sides. Self-love and love for others will become a positive cycle, where both parties are respected and develop. Conclusion. Stoic philosophy reminds us that self-love is the prerequisite for living a happy and meaningful life. From self-love, we learn to master our emotions, face difficulties, and accept all aspects of ourselves. This not only brings inner peace but also creates a healthy environment for loving others. When we love ourselves, we do so without expectations or fears, but in a natural and mature way. We become a reliable companion, an understanding lover, and we do not create unnecessary pressures. Stoicism teaches that only when we truly love ourselves can we love others sincerely and not place burdens on them that they cannot bear. In a world full of changes, loving oneself in the Stoic spirit brings inner strength and mental freedom. This is the solid foundation upon which we can love and accompany others without getting caught up in negative emotions or pressures. Loving ourselves before loving others is the path to a peaceful life, genuine love, and lasting relationships. Wishing you continued success and happiness on your journey.